Oh man, these are beautiful. Oh, pretty. I don't know why they're laughing. I'm about to do a tumble. I haven't tumbled in a long time. It's been months. So I'm gonna tumble these ones. These are ones I found with Rhondda. I've already done a cutting and polishing video with them. This will sort of wrap up that whole thing. Look at that, that's a piece of petrified wood. It's beautiful. I've got the barrel full. What I've done, I'll show you. I've picked out the ones that I want. Some are probably a little bit big. There are a couple that are just offcuts. It's mainly some petrified wood pieces, colourful quartzite, some jasper agate mixes, and some of those guys. So most of these are just in their raw, natural state. I have broken some of them up. Look at that translucence. The thing with tumbling rocks is that you're never quite sure exactly how they're going to turn out because you have no hand in it, in the sense of the shape of the rocks. It's kind of like life too. I don't want to get too deep, but we have no hand in it. And in that time it takes to tumble, you never quite know how your life can be shaped. I'm using some silicon carbide. It's 80 grit. This is step one, it's the coarsest one. And this is the one that will end up having the most impact on the shape of the rock. Tumbling rocks can take a long time, but don't be intimidated by that. It just takes patience and experience. And one of the people I've learnt a bunch from is Michigan Rocks. I think he's even won awards for his rock tumbling, and I urge you to check him out when you get the chance. With this stuff, you want to fill the barrel to roughly 2/3 full. Look, some of these rocks, honestly, are going to be a little bit big. So, water, up to about there, just below the top level of the rocks. And then this stuff, look at the shinies. It's important to read the instructions of the grit that you have because some grits will change for how much you use, but for this stuff I have 2 pounds of rock in a 3-pound tumbler, so I'm doing 2 tablespoons. It's a tablespoon per pound. Now that's going to be what you want to do for each stage for the grits after you've cleaned it up, all that sort of stuff. Oh, it's been so long, I haven't done this in ages. I'm a bit excited. We'll see how this goes. Into the tumbler. Alright, that's going to go on for a week. It wasn't until editing this video that I realised that when I filmed it, there was the bushfires that Australia was coming to terms with, and I still had my best mate, Quentin, my dog, and at the time of editing, we were in a completely different position. The whole world was in a completely different position. It was just interesting to see how quickly our lives can change. Ooh. All right, let's go see what's happening. Life throws you things, and sometimes it's how you catch it and how you throw it back or how you take it on board that can ultimately define how you end up coming out of it. It has been a long time. I basically left this batch on for about 4 weeks. Normally I would leave it on for maybe a week, check how they're going, and then if they need to, put them on for longer. Yeah, basically a lot of things have happened in that time. Normally I wouldn't have had the patience to leave it on there that long. So this first stage is the funnest because you get to see what shape these rocks are going to take. Gosh, I'm excited. I'm actually really excited. In the time that it was in the tumble, a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Marlaina, brought out a video about how she achieved this beautiful polish from tumbling. And I was able to learn a heck of a lot from that. So you may see a few different things I'm doing that once you watch her video, it'll actually explain it and make a bit more sense. Cleaning these is really important, cleaning everything, getting that grit off before the next stage. You can see in there, the grit is left sort of, this was the coarse grit, it's really ground down because of that time it's spent in there, but I need to get all of that off. This has only been stage 1, and I know time is important, so I'm not going to go through all of the stages and explain every single thing, but basically you do the same thing for all of the grits. It's first, second, third grit, and then the polish. Once that's done, you can enjoy the rocks all nice and shiny. Let's have a look at them. What's strange is that when it came time to film these and show the final product, I was finding myself getting distracted by the polish not being exactly how I wanted. And you know, there's little pixely bits in it. It doesn't have that candy finish, or the cracks. There's cracks in the rocks, and you know, just different things that don't actually matter, because I was missing just how beautiful these are. Look at that wood. It's amazing. And it's a rock. It is so easy, so easy to miss the good stuff when we're focusing on the negative. I'm not preaching. I'm just saying that I tend to do that sometimes, and given that, oh, look at that one, see? Just beautiful. And I couldn't talk about it this way when I was filming it, so I figured, you know what, I'm just going to do a voiceover and appreciate how beautiful these rocks are. Now, tumbling rocks does not take 4 months. I mean, it can if you really want to get them exactly right, but these were only in the tumbler for probably just over 2 months. I had taken them out, and after the second round, I kind of was a bit disheartened. I wasn't sure how well they were going, and I set them aside. And I don't think it was actually the rocks that weren't looking good. It was that I was in a bit of a funk, I guess, and it's so easy sometimes to feel like just giving up on some things when you're feeling that way. Luckily though, and I'm so glad I did, I went back and put them back on, and I'm just glad I did. They turned out beautifully. They're one of my favorite tumbles that I've done. I usually do agates and chalcedony, and this one's a bit more jaspery, and I think that's a geological term, but yeah, it's funny when you stand back and look at your thought process, and I just wanted to share it with you guys and share these beautiful rocks. I collected these with my good mate Rhondda in southeast Queensland, and once these restrictions are over, I cannot wait to get back up there and go rock hounding with her. She's a beautiful person, and man, the rocks up there are brilliant. I didn't go into too much detail this time with how I did everything. If you want to learn some great tumbling tips, check out that video by Marlaina Atkins on YouTube. Also check out Michigan Rocks. As well, always, big high fives to me minor. So I just want to say thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry for it getting deep there, but I just wanted to chat and show the rocks. Really appreciate all the support, and I'm coming up to 20,000 subscribers, I think, just quietly. Wow. I'm not going to make a video about it or anything, but I do want to say I really appreciate every single person who interacts and enjoys the videos. I hope you enjoy them as much as I enjoy making them. All right, next time I think they're lifting the restrictions, so we might be rock hounding tomorrow. Fingers crossed. I will see you then. Thank you. Bye.